let's start the game. Let's have a quick look at what's going to happen here between the two of them. We have, of course, starting to the top right in blue, one of the Terran players from Korea. It's Dragon, a former Millennium player, just left the team, I think, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, very recently.
And his opponent starts to the bottom left of the map. Here we have in red, ForGG, still starting for Millennium.
Yes, these guys practice together quite a bit, I'm sure, on Heart of the Swarm. Probably know each other pretty well too, both being Korean players on Millennium.
Yep. And the one thing that we can kind of expect from Dragon is a little bit of sneakiness. At least that's what I'm hoping for here. I hope that we have a little bit of more aggressive style in these games, and yeah, that would be like my personal preference. I don't know what Heart of the Swarm TVT is all about, to be honest with you.
Things get a little bit weird. They're both happy that they don't have to deal with Warhounds in this matchup anymore, but there were all sorts of Warhound rushes that were quite popular. But I think we're going to see a Reaper expand out of Dragon. He already showed that in his Terran vs Zerg.
Exactly, in the games against Cass we saw it with Reapers quite frequently. And yeah, you're true. I mean, Warhound chess, that's of course one of the things that we could have expected a few patches ago. But by now, the Warhound does not exist in the game anymore. Double gas, well, gas for each one of the players, so I guess double gas in a sense is now going down. 1 for each player. So we'll definitely see a little bit of tech, and from Dragon, as Wolf already pointed out, we are expecting Reapers here. Let's see what ForGG is up to. We might actually go for the same build.
Yeah, I think he probably will. I think we might see Reaper versus Reaper, which all comes down to control. And some players actually, I have noticed when I play TVT, will go for Marauder first actually, and just leave it in their base because they know I'm going Reapers, and that can get a little bit weird too. But you can also do a lot with the Marauders. If you get a few Marauders out, your opponent goes on the Reapers, then you can have your commander on the low ground quite easily. And then you know, Reapers can actually still do well against Marauders if you control them well, because you can kill SCVs, and as long as the Marauder doesn't have concussive shells, you take a few shots on the Reaper, but it doesn't matter, it recovers, and you come back again. And now we have actually a Reaper versus a Marine coming up for ForGG, so he's probably going to go into Factory Tech a little bit faster.
Exactly, we have him with gas, but so far he didn't use it for anything at all, so the Factory should come out pretty soon, and the Reaper number 1 is already being built.
Yeah, and he sees that there's no Reapers coming out for ForGG Dragon, that is, he sees no Tech Labs, so he's like, okay, I can do a lot here with my first Reaper.
Not only no Reaper, there's also like no Marauder, and in this case now he's completely relying on the Factory, which is not even halfway done. The double gas now going down for the second gas going down for ForGG as well. Dragon is already on 2 gas and heading into the Factory Tech. You can see on the production tab to the top left that it's actually like it's not that far away. I mean, he will have the Factory eventually at this point, but the Reapers will give him a little bit of an edge early on.
Yeah, you're right. And see how much he can do with this first Reaper. Coming down, it's got a little bit of a speed upgrade in the last patch. Should be able to actually take out 2 of these Marines if he micros properly. He's actually just going to use that high ground vision and start to poke, now baiting the Marines into his range so he can fight the Marine 1v1.
Oh, needs to be very careful though. Wow, that was a close one actually. Now he's down to 2 hit points. Has to wait until this Reaper heal kicks in.
Yep, should kick in very soon. He can use the second Reaper until then. You can see it heals very slowly. In fact, it's not, you know, as strong as a medevac heal. It sounds like a medevac heal, same sound effect, but not the same healing power.
It's actually called combat drugs, as if stim wasn't enough.
Yep.
Basically, the entire Terran race is a race of drug addicts.
Yeah, and these Reapers come in at a good moment here, but unfortunately not quite good enough.
Yeah. Good moment for ForGG. Jumping up that cliff right into the range.
Pull that Reaper back. That was really close. So Reaper can actually still fight and regenerate. It's all about the damage taking. You know, a lot of people have this misconception that if Reaper shoots, it doesn't heal, but actually that's not true, as long as it's not being shot itself.
Yeah. And the Banshee is nearly out for ForGG, who heads also into a command center. And so far, I have to say that ForGG is doing a really good job here.
Yeah, but he still has to be careful about this Hellion pressure. You know, I feel like Dragon could have done a little bit more there. And now he's going to be able to take out a little bit more hit points on this reactor. He wants the Marines. He's going to come up here. Some of these Marines so low on hit points. See how he's a little bit scared to engage because he knows the Reapers are just going to escape.
Yeah, but the Banshee is now here.
The Banshee, yeah. The Banshee is not afraid of any of those 3 units.
This is going to end things, at least the aggression for now for Dragon, and Dragon now needs a little bit of anti-air, which is exactly what we see from him right now, going straight into a Widow Mine.
Yeah. And those Reapers actually none of those units really comfortable to be around here at this point in time. He needs to get out of there, but I'm really curious about the the Raven that's coming out for 4GG.
Mm.
He's gonna be able to stop Dragon's Cloak really easily when
Yeah,
Reaper falls.
you know, with the Widow Mine, that is actually one of the things that I'm not quite all that happy at this point in time. It's a little bit too universal when it comes down to the defense, I have to say, and shuts down all the aggression. I'm a little bit afraid that the early games will be a bit too stale in many aspects. That with Widow Mines you can defend against nearly everything. But for now, we have ForGG only up against one of them. The second one is just now building, so if he decides to go for a bit of aggression, he can definitely pull it off. We have Dragon on the other hand with Cloak. Dragon is going into his own Banshee, but we already see the Raven. So the Raven will be able to provide detection, and the Marines, are they getting close enough?
Looks like he is
Yeah.
gonna get a Viking to finish it off at the very least. Banshee trying to do what it can before it dies. Needs to target down a Marine. Nope, he thinks he can escape, but that's a silly thought.
He could have just killed another SCV there. There
Yeah,
was
that was-
already one who had lost half the hit points.
I was a little bit surprised it didn't just trade there because there was no way he was gonna go away.
Oh.
But I mean, you know, maybe he thought it might get lucky.
I mean, just looking at things, we have Dragon ahead in Harvesters with 26 to 31. The army supply is in favor of ForGG by a huge margin. He's actually up to 35 against 20 and is getting his expansion now. But Dragon will have to deal with some aggression now.
Yeah, Dragon is a little bit behind in overall supply, and he teched so much to those Banshees that now he's got very few units. He's got 4 Hellions, a Viking, and a Banshee, but the attack army at 4GG is just so much stronger. 39 army supply to 24. Their Widow Mine, where is it? He actually doesn't even have it nearby. He had it to defend against drop play, but it needs to actually be moved up to the top of the ramp, or he's going to be in trouble here.
He's supply blocked.
Yeah.
He's supply blocked of all things now, and those siege tanks definitely give him
Oh,
a
the Widow
pretty hard
Mine.
time.
That Widow Mine is going to do something. Hits the Viking,
Yeah.
not the Marines though, which is what he wanted, and the Raven already picks off the Widow Mine.
Exactly, so now suddenly Dragon supply blocked again. Maybe even losing his starport here if he doesn't pay attention, but the Marines don't focus. They are more keen to take down the tech lab.
You know, he tries to get some damage off of those Marines, and the splash damage is good, but it's not enough. And 4GG, man, he's known for this. Whenever I watch his stream too, man, he's always just plays pretty Wings of Liberty style, and it's proven to be quite effective in this case.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this tank push that he's currently executing is definitely giving Dragon a pretty hard time. And now, boom, there goes the factory. Bye-bye. One more Hellion. That's all that he's got from this. He's far ahead in this game, for GG that is. Look at the supply with 78 to 59, now
Dragon.
63. And he has the expansion.
Yep, Dragon loses another Banshee here. No cloak energy.
Wow.
This is just bad news. He's got that Widow Mine trying to help out from behind. It's just not going to be able to close the gap. Raven's still here, and Dragon has to GG. There's nothing he can do.
I think there's no way for him to actually save his base now. You're completely right, and he's falling farther behind as we speak because 4GG just has a way better economy. And there it is, GG, and Dragon leaves the game as his opposing Terran player takes game number 1.